Race one of the weekend then, the Caterham 7 UK Championship in association with Avon Tyres. All these cars running on Avon slicks. 27 William Smith on pole, 91 Gordon Sawyer alongside. James Murphy number 3 on the second row alongside number 12 of Chris Aubrey. There is the green flag. It's time to go racing here on the Silverstone circuit, the home of British motorsports, about to get underway with the Caterham 7 UK Championship. Once the red lights go out, we will be underway, and off they go. 20 minutes of racing gets underway. Down towards the first corner. Is it going to be Gordon Sawyer or William Smith? William Smith leads the way in car number 27. Everybody else away okay behind. Through goes the number 77 of Rob Watts, the Dayglow yellow and black car, as they charge their way up towards the Maggots and Beckett's complex for the first time. It is William Smith, number 27, under pressure from Gordon Sawyer. Looks like third place is James Murphy in number 3, Chris Aubrey in number 12 in fourth position. They head out of Beckett's and it's onto the Hanger Straight. Alex Jordan having a look up the inside there in the pink car. He's going to go past Chris Aubrey into fourth place as they start to sort themselves out. Watch for them fanning out across the straight. Here we go, trying to slipstream each other. 46 of Steve Nuttall trying to make a move down the inside. The first three have broken away slightly. Gordon Sawyer having a look for the lead as they go into Stowe Corner there. Hear the squeal of these Avon slick tyres. It looks like Sawyer's got the inside coming out of Stowe as they go along the Vale towards the Club Corner complex. Who's going to be leading? It looks as though William Smith has held his lead. James Murphy's got through into second place into the Club complex. Gordon Sawyer goes down to third. Stephen Nuttall is up to fourth. The lead gap was less than half a second at the end of lap one. Over the line they go, over the curb they go, I should say, at Beckett's. Now the leader defending from James Murphy, trying to get down the outside into the right-hander at Stowe Corner. They're almost four square for the lead. Look at Stephen Nuttall up the inside in the 46. They're going to go three wide into Stowe. Murphy around the outside. There's contact, and there goes the first rear wing flying off. That came off William Smith's car. It's not a Caterham race unless you lose a few of those, so the drivers say. But William Smith has lost the lead, and there was contact there. Hopefully there's not damage to his suspension. Hopefully it was just cosmetic damage there, but Murphy's got the lead ahead of Smith, Nuttall, Sawyer. Rob Watts is up in the fifth place. He's running well. Sixth is Henry Heaton. Down the Hamilton straight towards Abbey Corner. There is the 27 of William Smith retaking the lead on the inside. He slipstreamed past James Murphy. There's James Murphy. He's got going again towards the back after that spin. William Smith and Gordon Sawyer duking it out side by side into the left-hander at Brooklands Corner. Now Sawyer trying to set himself up with the right-hander at Luffield, but Smith moves across, takes the line. Heaton on the tail of the 91 of Gordon Sawyer. And here comes Stephen Nuttall trying to fight back, wants to keep his championship lead ahead of Henry Heaton, James Murphy and Chris Hutchinson, who have both hit trouble in this race with spins. 27 of Will Smith is only down in 10th in the championship. He had problems at the first round at Donington Park, so he needs the points here. Fighting with Gordon Sawyer, who's gone wide over the tarmac runoff area at Copse Corner. Henry Heaton could make it three wide here on the run up into Maggots. Look at this. Stephen Nuttall dodging about behind them. Who's going to come out of this with the lead? Smith just has it. Up on the curb there is Henry Heaton. They're three wide through Beckett's. That's never going to work. Sawyer holds second place. Heaton third. Nuttall in behind them. It's over 3.5 minutes to go in this incredible race for the Caterham 7 UK Championship. Smith is being reeled in again by Gordon Sawyer in the 91. Nuttall third. He's got back ahead of Henry Heaton. Down the Hanger Straight. How far ahead of Rob Watts are they? Just over 4 seconds, and in fact Watts has lost that place. Jake Swan-Dixon is now fifth, we can see in the background. Leaders heading into Stowe Corner, and round the outside goes Gordon Sawyer. He takes the lead once again. Sweeps round the outside, barely touching the brakes, I think, on the run in there. That was a brave move by Gordon Sawyer. Smith still there. They're almost side by side on the run into Club, so Smith could do his party trick of slipstreaming Sawyer into Abbey Corner. Robbie Watts has got fifth place back again in the 77. Yeah, here comes Smith. He comes out of the slipstream. He's done this on most laps. Up the inside, retakes the lead again. The leaders are heading up towards Brooklands. 4 of them still together. Who's going to lead on the way in? Sawyer to the inside, but William Smith's going to have the inside line for Luffield. But no, Sawyer gets the overlap and he's into the lead. Such precise driving here from these drivers, and I think they're heading into the last lap this time because there's less than 2 minutes on the clock. Yes, the last lap board is out. 1 lap to go. Sawyer, I think Henry Heaton has got through into second there at the line as well. Yes, Heaton was up there, but Sawyer back up. Look at Nuttall, he's going to take all 3 of them into Copse Corner. Straight up the inside. Where did he come from there? These 4 are going to be 4 wide into the complex here, I think. Look at this. Any one of these 4 can win it. It's Sawyer who shows from Smith now in second. I think Nuttall held all 4 of these places in 1 corner there. He's third. Heaton back to 4th. This is incredible, even by the standards of Caterham racing. Onto the hanger straight for what will be the last time. Sawyer from Smith. Smith, Nuttall move out to the slipstream. They're going to try and go 4 wide into Stowe Corner. Who's going to come out of this with the lead? Henry Heaton's going to try and go down the outside. I think Smith's going to hold it through Stowe. Nuttall second. Sawyer boxed in on the inside in the black and yellow. Through they come towards the club complex. Henry Heaton, incidentally, has still got the fastest lap of the race, but that doesn't matter at the moment. He attacks Sawyer, still holds that 3rd place. It's William Smith in the number 27 car. Has yet to win this year, looking for his first success. Here they come. He's going to hold the inside line through Abbey. Stephen Nuttall trying to get round the outside. They go up towards the infield loop for the last time. The clock about to count down to 0. Gordon Sawyer goes a bit wide over the curb, cuts back in. They're all over Stephen Nuttall for second. There's a 3-way battle for 5th as well. Graham McDonald coming through on the inside, the number 19, ahead of Swan Dixon, Watts and Jordan now, and then a 3-car battle in behind them. That's Chris Aubrey, Tom Allen and Neil Fraser. Leaders will be heading up towards Brooklands for the final time. Here they come, they're line astern. They'll start to fan out across the circuit. Gordon Sawyer going for the inside. They're almost touching each other there. Who's going to come through? William Smith has the lead. This is all for the win on the last bend. Henry Heaton's going for the inside. I think Smith has almost done enough. This is going to be so close at the finish line. 4 of them almost on top of one another around the final bend. Somebody kicking up a bit of dust there on the outside. Here they come. Who's it going to be at the checkered flag? Has Smith done enough? He tries to move across. They're going to almost finish 4 wide. It's William Smith who gets it in the 27 by 0.021 of a second. Henry Heaton was second. Gordon Sawyer third. Stephen Nuttall in 4th. Give you the results of that race then. The win going to William Smith ahead of Henry Heaton by 21 thousandths of a second. Gordon Sawyer was third ahead of Stephen Nuttall. Cars coming into line then for race 2 of the weekend, the Caterham 7 310R Championship in association with Bilstein Suspension. Number 9 of Harry Cook in pole position, 3rd in the points coming into this round. We'll start alongside the number 88 of Pete Walters, both in black cars. Pete Walters, the championship leader. Green flag waves at the back of the field, waiting for the red lights to come on, and when they go out, we will be underway over 30 minutes. Away they go down towards the first corner. Decent start by Pete Walters. Looks like he's going to take the lead. Matt Shepherd tries to move towards the inside, but it's Walters who's got the lead. Not the best of starts from Harry Cook in the number 9 from pole position. Looks like they're all going to get round the first corner at Copse OK. 67 Doug Christie in the middle there. But it is the 88 of Pete Walters who leads, and Harry Cook, the number 9, is down to 3rd because James Wingfield has come through into 2nd place. Lars Alexander Hoffmann, the German, in 4th place in the Motul liveried number 70 car. Are they all going to get through the Beckett's complex? Okay, couple of cars running out a little bit wide. The number 15 is one of them, David Yates. Again, Caterham racer of several years experience now. They start to sort themselves out down the hanger straight. This is one of our principal overtaking places. James Wingfield to the outside. Harry Cook going for the inside. They're going to be 3 wide for the lead, and Cook straight up the inside, 3rd to 1st in one move. Excellent stuff. The cars sideways. There's somebody going off further back. The number 38 has spun. We've got a tangle further back. 38 is Jeff Price, and the 22 and 67. 67 Doug Christie, 22 of Gary Curtis have tangled up. That's caused a bit of damage, I think, to Doug Christie's car. Hopefully he can get going again. First 2 have broken away. Yes, the 67 of Christie has got going again. Here come the leaders down the Hamilton straight. Walters and Cook together. Pete Walters is going to retake the lead on the inside. It's Hoffmann up to 3rd. Here come the leaders down the Wellington Straight under the bridge. It's Lewis Thompson to the inside of Pete Walters, retakes the lead. Harry Cook in third place. Now what can Jay McCormack do here? He did the fastest lap of the race last time through. The top four were covered by 0.36 of a second. And this is allowing the other cars to tow up as well. There's Andy Lees, there's David Yates, who's up into sixth position. Then Wingfield, Moore is next in the 92. And then we got Lars Hoffman in the Motul liveried car. Over the line, it's Thompson who's got the lead. 5 laps completed. Pete Walters retakes the lead down the straight as I expected there. Now Jay McCormack looking to make his move. Could they go 4 wide here on the run into the Maggots and Beckett's complex? Harry Cook has got the lead, and McCormack, that move to the inside did work. He's up into second place. Now Jay McCormack making his move for the front of the field. Third place now is Walters. Lewis Thompson has gone down to fourth. He led at the line, and now he's under fire from Andy Lees. He wants a piece of this as well. It's going to be 6 for the lead because David Yates has come through in the 15. And here they come. McCormack to the outside. Moving to the inside is Lewis Thompson. So is Pete Walters. Thompson will move back into the lead, followed by Walters. Cook goes down to third. McCormack's caught on the outside. He's going to go down to fourth place. Lees gets the tighter line as well, but he's going to be on the outside for the left-hander as they come out of the Vale into Club. Meantime, we're with the leaders, and it's Pete Walters who leads. McCormack back up into second place. Look at David Yates up the inside, the blue 15 car up into fourth. He's taken Harry Cook. The pole sitter goes down to fifth. It's Walters who will lead across the line this time. Lee's trying to hang on to their coattails in sixth now. And nearly 6 seconds back is this battle for seventh place. There's a penalty showing next to somebody. That's Lars Hoffman. 5-second penalty for track limits. Jay McCormack up the inside, retakes the lead for the second time, going into Copse Corner. See, I nearly missed that. I took my eyes off the action for 1 second there to look at the timing screen and the penalty, and I nearly missed yet another lead change. There could be 5 wide here. What's going to happen into Stowe this time? Pete Walters back into the lead into the complex at Beckett's. McCormack second. David Yates up into third place. He's running well. He could yet win this. Lewis Thompson has gone down to fourth. Cook is fifth. Then Andy Lees. Could they go 6 wide? Is there room as they come down towards Stowe? It could happen. They're weaving about all over the place, trying to pick the best line to slipstream through. Here they come into Stowe Corner. McCormack on the outside. Walters keeps the inside. I think Pete Walters is just about going to hold his lead. McCormack very late on the brakes. He's going to get round the outside. He has done it. McCormack again into Stowe Corner. Takes the lead in the 25 car. Here they come into the Club complex. David Yates has gone down to fourth because Thompson has come back through. Then fifth is Harry Cook. Sixth, Andy Lees. The next group, who's at the head of that now? It's Andy Murgatroyd, number 84, up to seventh. Chris Moore is eighth. No time to look back at them though, because here comes this frantic lead battle. Less than 4 minutes to go now. The lap takes nearly 2.5 minutes, so there's not long to go. Walters back up the inside, retakes the lead. Lewis Thompson through into second place. McCormack again goes down to third. Here they come down the straight. What's going to happen into Stowe Corner this time then? They're going to go 4 wide. That's what. Look at this. Harry Cook up the inside. Where did he come from? Back round the outside is Lewis Thompson. David Yates going for the lead here in the 15. He's going to try and slipstream Cook. McCormack next ahead of Lees. Waiting for the lead group to come into Club Corner. They're still side by side. Lewis Thompson very late on the brakes. He leads. It's David Yates up into second place with the white wheels. And at third place, I thought we'd lost a car there. It was just hidden because they were so close together, Walters and Cook. Next group headed by Hoffman. Now Harry Landy ran wide there, the 21 at Club Corner, and he's dropped back a bit. It's Lewis Thompson who leads. Here comes Pete Walters on the inside. Walters retakes second from David Yates in the 15. Here they come through the infield complex. This is unbelievable racing. Jay McCormack sideways there as he comes into Village ahead of Andy Lees. He was 6th across the line last time through. He could be leading by the time they get to the end of the Wellington Straight, the way they've been slipstreaming each other. Ben Lopez Appleton having a scrap there with Sam Bailey. It's further back in the order for about 14th place. Oh my goodness. So as I draw breath, it's Lewis Thompson who leads into Brooklands Corner. 30 seconds on the clock, so I think they'll get another lap out of this. Pete Walters second, David Yates in third place. Then fourth is Harry Cook. Andy Lee's on the curb there on the inside trying to take Jay McCormack. And he's through into fifth position. 6 of them go over the line. Looks like it will be last lap this time. Oh, is that Thompson slowing, or had he just moved across towards the pit wall there? No, he's okay. Thought he'd slowed up for a second there. We're into the final lap now. The clock has counted down to 0. And there's still one more lap of this to go. I think Lewis Thompson was hoping that he'd see the checkered flag that time through, but no, there was a few seconds left. He's got another lap to resist at the front. Look at David Yates up the inside there, attacking Walters and Cook. Yates is 4th, then McCormack 5th, Lee's 6th. Any one of these 6 can still win this. Now they're going to really charge hard to try and slipstream each other. They don't want to be leading, I would say, into Brooklands for the last time, because they will get slipstreamed out. There's not much of a run out of Woodcote onto the finish line here at Silverstone. Thompson and Walters side by side. Cook goes to the outside. 3 wide into Stowe corner. Pete Walters around the outside is later on the brakes. He could take the lead back again here. And this truly magnificent Caterham 7 310R race into Club Corner. Who's going to come in here with the lead? They're still all over each other. It's still Thompson. No, it isn't. Up the inside comes, I think that's Walters. Yes, Pete Walters has got the lead back again. Then Thompson, Yates, McCormack's in there as well. Murgatroyd now at the head of the second group, ahead of Hoffman, who's trying to make up ground to overcome that 5-second penalty. Lewis Thompson to the inside, retakes Pete Walters. David Yates is lurking in the 15 in third place. Then it's Lee's up to 4th. McCormack, and Harry Cook has been shuffled to the back of this group. He's on the outside there. Look at Lee's up the inside. He's going to try and make it 3 wide here. Oh, this is going to be tight as they head into the left-hander at the loop there. We'll wait to pick them up as they come through this time. Murgatroyd's lost a rear wing there, I noticed, so he's the one with the missing wing. But who's going to be leading up to Brooklands for what will be the final time? The clock is at 0. It's going to be checkered flag this time. Here they come. It's Lewis Thompson with the lead. Yates in second. Pete Walters will try and sweep round the outside. Here they come. 5. Oh, there's contact. Jay McCormack hits the back of Andy Lee's. It's going to be Lewis Thompson. I think he's got enough of a lead here. They come round the final turn. It's going to be Lewis Thompson for win number 3 of the season in car number 79. Walters is going to finish second. Here they come up towards the finish line. What an incredible race. And it's going to be number 79, Lewis Thompson, who wins it. Pete Walters comes over in second. David Yates is third. Andy Lee's 4th. Harry Cook 5th. Jay McCormack 6th. As quickly as that, 2 seconds covered those 6 cars at the finish line. And Jay McCormack got the fastest lap. Right, we'll check out the results of that one then. Lewis Thompson, the winner, ahead of Pete Walters by 0.995 of a second. Third going to David Yates in number 15. Fourth went to Andy Lee's, ahead of pole sitter Harry Cook. Then Jay McCormack in 6th. Bit of contact into the final corner. Cars coming up to the grid then for the first race of the weekend for the Mission Motorsport Caterham 7 Road Sports Championship. The second step on the ladder of Caterham racing. Most of these drivers have moved up from the Caterham Academy. In pole position, number 11, Taylor O'Flanagan, alongside the number 22 of Hugo Bush, the grey car with the red roll cage and wheels. Second row, 59, Tom Cockerill in the red and white car, the points leader, alongside Dominic Manchberger in black and green, number 25. These cars all running on Avon ZZS tyres. The green flag waves at the back of the grid then. 20 minutes of Caterham racing coming your way from the Caterham Road Sports Championship once the red lights go out. Revs rise. And off they go. Down towards the first corner. Taylor O'Flanagan in the yellow, number 11 from pole position. The Carbon Creative car gets a good start. Hugo Bush, though, will take the lead into the first corner by the look of it on the inside. They're all away well further back. Number 96 there, Peter Mott in the yellow car. There's Batman, number 93. You can see the symbol on the back of the car of Adam West. They charge their way up towards Maggots and Beckett's for the first time. Great start by Dominic Mansberger. It's the pole sitter Taylor O'Flanagan who's got the lead. Mansberger, the German, up into second place. Hugo Bush in third in number 22. And fourth is Cockerill, the points leader, in number 59. They're all round Beckett's okay by the look of things. There's the number 2 and 5 together, Andy Lund and Chris Broom. Now they start to slipstream each other as they come down the hanger straight. Dominic Manchberger trying to get around the outside in the 25. Hugo Bush as well. Look at Cockerill up the inside. It's going to be 4 wide on the run into Stowe Corner. I wouldn't like to call that one. I think they're all going to make it round. There's that number 4 car we mentioned with the Eddie Van Halen inspired livery. That's Nick Timpson. Stunning looking cars in this field. They've all made it round Stowe Corner for the first time. Who's going to be leading at Club? It's Manchberger and Bush together, and Hugo Bush takes the lead in car 22. Where's Taylor O'Flanagan gone? There he is on the outside. He's holding second place, gets back around Manchberger, who didn't get a very good exit there from the Club complex. He's down to 4th behind Tom Cockerill, and in behind him I think it's Gwyn Jones, number 97. Up towards Abbey Corner for the first time. Plenty of place swapping in the midfield. They're slipstreaming each other. Number 81 going through, that's Adrian Mariadas. Tom Cockerill to the inside, holds 3rd place ahead of Manchberger. Then it's Jones, and in behind them is the number 2 of Andy Lund, I think possibly that is. It is, he's made his way up the order quite quickly. We'll confirm that's in that. Might have been the number 12 of Ron Mounsey. Leaders are heading onto the Wellington Straight then, under the bridge into the paddock here at Silverstone. Here they come. Hugo Bush, Taylor O'Flanagan, the 2 front row men. 22 of Hugo Bush holds the lead. Took several pole positions in the Caterham Academy last year. Oh, there's a spinner, that's Ron Mounsey. And another man off in the background, number 17, that's Alex Vincent has had a spin. Oh dear, 2 spinners at Brooklands. Well, looks like there'll be no Big Mac today on the way home for Ron Mounsey. He's had a spin there. 5 cars line astern through the Maggots and Beckett's complex. Tom Cockerill holding off Taylor O'Flanagan for the lead. Tom Cockerill looking for his 2nd win of the season to keep his points lead. He won the 2nd race at Donington. O'Flanagan won the 1st. It's Hugo Bush who did the winning at Knockhill. Here they come, 5 of them together. Gwyn Jones is going to try and go around the outside. Manchberger moves to block him. So Flanagan, who's going to come through in the lead on the inside, but Manchberger late on the brakes, he takes the lead. Good move, Dominic Manchberger around the outside there. The lap time's all about the same, of course, in the mid 234s, 235s. 3 wide for the lead as they head into Stowe this time. Bush on the inside, Manchberger in the middle, O'Flanagan trying to go around the outside. Can he do it? He's trying, I think he's got it. Taylor O'Flanagan trying to retake the lead in the number 11. He just gets ahead there on the outside at Stowe. Mott tries to do the same alongside Ryan Lovett. Here they come into the Club complex. Taylor O'Flanagan's got the lead back again, the pole sitter for this race. Manchberger 2nd, Bush down to 3rd. There's Adam West looking on in the background in 93 in the Batmobile. Here comes Cockerill around the outside in the 59. Can he take the lead of this race for I think the first time since lap 1? Yes, he can. And here comes Bush, 3 wide for 3rd place around Stowe Corner. There's Peter Mott behind them, the university professor from Bath in the 96 car, trying to catch up as well, along with 38 of Ryan Lovett. Side by side for 4th, still Jones and Bush, and there's Peter Mott to the inside. Somebody got sideways now, I think that was Gwyn Jones, nearly lost it coming out of the Club complex. Yeah, he's gone wide through Club onto the straight there, so he's going to lose out. He's lost momentum. It's 4 starting to break away. Tom Cockerill from Dominic Manchberger. Side by side for the lead. Tom Cockerill will retake the lead down the inside into Copse Corner. So yes, Jones and Mott both lost time on that last lap. Their last laps were about 6 or 7 seconds slower than those ahead of them, so they've touched wheels or something and run wide somewhere. Manchberger, meantime, takes the lead again from Tom Cockerill. Swing their way through the Beckett's complex, just over a minute left on the clock. Down the hanger straight, Dominic Manchberger from Tom Cockerill, Taylor O'Flanagan and Hugo Bush. It's 4 for the lead now. Is it going to be 4 wide for the lead into Stowe Corner? O'Flanagan's going to come through the middle of it all in the lead. Here comes Hugo Bush with a big lunge around the outside. He's good at doing that. Side by side with Taylor O'Flanagan. Manchberger's there on the tighter line. This is incredible stuff. We're on the last lap now of this Caterham Road Sports race. Look at Manchberger at the inside, making it 3 wide. He holds on the inside line. He's retaken the lead. O'Flanagan and Bush side by side. Cockerill's been shuffled back to 4th place. Just think, if all of these tangle, it's going to be Ryan Lovett who comes through from 5th to 1st. I hope that doesn't happen, because we've had a magnificent race with no contact between these 4 at the front of the field. It's O'Flanagan going for the inside into Abbey Corner. Is he going to take the lead away? They head out of sight. Looks like he'd done it. Quick look back at the battle behind. There's Gwyn Jones recovering after a moment earlier on. Gets past the Batmobile, number 93. There's Peter Mott in behind them as well. There's a bit of bodywork flapping there. I think that's Alex Vincent's car, number 17, losing a rear wing. The rest of the midfield pack heads through Abbey, but the leaders are up at the Wellington Straights, waiting for them to run into Brooklands. Here they come. The clock has counted down 0. Look at Tom Cockerill at the inside. They're going to be 4 wide into Brooklands. Hugo Bush and Taylor O'Flanagan together. Oh, and Taylor O'Flanagan's overshot Brooklands. That's cost him his chance. They're side by side. They're bouncing off each other for second. It's Hugo Bush who's come through in the lead. He left it as late as he could. Look at Cockerill completely on the opposite lot there. They run wide through the gravel on the final corner. Oh my goodness, it's all come apart on the run to the flag. It's going to be Hugo Bush in car number 22 who comes through to take his 3rd win of the season. It all boiled over there on the final corner. Bush the winner by 0.9 of a second ahead of Taylor O'Flanagan, with Dominic Manchberger in 3rd ahead of Tom Cockerill. Ryan Lovett's headed the next group in 5th ahead of Gwyn Jones, recovering after a minor off in 6th. Adam West in the Batmobile 7th. Cars up to the grid then for our first race of the weekend for the Motul Caterham 7 270R Championship. And in pole position it is the championship leader, number 34, Blair McConaughey, all the way from Aberdeen, starting alongside number 81, Tom Willis, who beat him to the Road Sports title last season, so their rivalry continuing in the next class up this year. Now the green flag waves and we're ready for 30 minutes of motor racing from the Motul Caterham 270R Championship. Red lights will come on from the gantry. Blair McConaughey and Tom Willis, the 2 big rivals on the front row of the grid. McConaughey in white and black, Willis in silver. Waiting for the power to come on, and away they go. Down towards Copse Corner for the first time. A decent start by both of the front row men. Dan Clayfan with a good start further back. It looks like it is Willis who may have the advantage on the inside into that first corner. Already starting to duke it out side by side in the pack. Who's going to be leading as they come up towards Maggots and Beckett's for the first time? Looks like it is Tom Willis, number 81, who has taken the lead up into 3rd place around the outside there. It looks like the number 5 of Lyle that's got away well. Steve Lyle side by side in the number 55 car there. Yes, it is Stephen Lyle ahead of the number 55, of Harry Eyre. Running wide onto the grass, somebody there further back. Was that... no, it wasn't the number 5 of Steve Lyle, the black car with the orange stripe there. He's held 3rd place. He's got a spin at number 99 in trouble. That's Michael Curley. Whether he's spun or pulled off at Copse, I'm not sure. The leaders head down and haze of tyre squeal into the right-hander at Stowe Corner. They're sliding about there. And the 2 cars run out wide. Establish the order as they come through the Club Corner complex. Here they come, Willis and McConaughey in identical cars from a distance, so it's tricky to tell who is leading there. I think it's McConaughey who's taken the lead. Harry Eyre is next in the order. Looks like they've all just about made it round Club Corner okay. Here they come there. There's the pink car of number 72, Stuart Bell, in the middle. He's rather been swallowed up off the start line. They all make their way around Abbey Corner for the first time. There's the number 77 car. It's Ollie Smith coming through from towards the back of the field. Somebody running wide there at the Village Infield Complex. There's a couple of cars run wide there. One of them was the green machine of Ryan Errol, number 33. I think the other one might have been number 52 of Pete Wales. But they've all survived that. We wait for the leaders to come up towards Brooklands corner for the first time. Blair McConaughey and Tom Willis locked in battle already at the front of the field. McConaughey to the inside. It is Tom Willis, the silver number 81, who has got the early advantage here ahead of the Scotsman. Third place is the number 55 Harry Eyre, the number plate on the back CU19PAL. See you, pal, he says. To the outside goes Blair McConaughey. Look at that battle for fourth behind them. It looks like Wes Payne has now come through. As to the inside goes Harry Eyre. He's going to take the lead on the inside, third to first. Now who's going to come through in fourth? They're going to be four wide here. Look at the number 9 of Keogh up the inside into Stoke. Oh, look out as they come back across there. Tim Steele just saw in time that number 9 of Rob Keogh was there on the inside. Everybody trying to be fourth, but the three leaders have got away. Harry Eyre from Blair McConaughey. Tom Willis in third. Lost a couple of cars in this race. Curley we saw out of the race in 99, and 52 has dropped out as well. Peter Wales as the leaders head down into the left-hander at Brooklands. Tom Willis still there in second, chasing now Harry Eyre. Tries to go around the outside at Luffield. Is that going to work? I don't think it is. Harry Eyre holds the tighter line. Tom Willis tries to get his foot down as early as possible. Blair McConaughey, the championship leader, in behind them in the 34. Midfield pack heading into Brooklands corner. Now McConaughey is on the outside as they run down towards the right-hander at Copse. Tom Willis moves across him. It's Harry Eyre who's still got the lead in 55, looking for his first win of 2021. Willis jinks across to the left. Can he get through at the entry to Maggots and retake the lead once again? He certainly can. Still a long way to go in this Caterham 270R championship race. 3 cars clear of Rob Keogh in fourth. Here come the leaders, and it's Blair McConaughey, I think, who's come through. Yes, as they go into Brooklands, McConaughey has finally made his move. I said he might wait till towards the end of this race. We've got 7.5 minutes left on the clock. Eyre still trying to close back up again in the 55. Bell and Ephraimidis, 4th and 5th. Then Jones, Lyle, Carl Jones, Clayfan and Steele rounding up the top 10. We haven't forgotten about number 53, Tim Steele, who dropped back in the early stages, having started well. Grid a bit shaken up by the wet qualifying session earlier on. Here come the leaders down the hanger straight, going to the inside is Tom Willis. Harry Eyre goes to the inside as well. Eyre's trying to go to the inside of both of them. 3 wide as they go into Stowe corner. There's Bell in 4th place, but his demise is inevitable, of course, at the flag, because he needs to be 5 seconds clear of Chris Ephraimidis. He's not going to achieve that with only 3.5 minutes to go. Who's going to be leading as they come through towards Abbey this time? It is Harry Eyre. He made that move stick at Stowe corner, but straight back up the inside is Tom Willis in the 81 car. He retakes the lead now in the silver machine, number 81. Blair McConaughey in behind them. He's going to try and sneak round Harry Eyre now to attack for the race win. Maybe he knows that Tom Willis is not registered for points this year. He doesn't need to overtake the 81 to score the maximum points available. He just needs to get ahead of Harry Eyre. The right-hander at Stowe corner. Harry Eyre goes to the outside, takes the lead, and now Tom Willis will try and slipstream him back again. Blair McConaughey's going to the inside of them both. They're coming towards Club Corner for the final time. With 1 minute left on the clock. There's the 43 with he's going to need some bespoke fiberglass, isn't he, Alan Curtis? Because he's missing one of those wings. He's going to need to make a new one. Harry Eyre leads it then, chased by McConaughey. Now, this is the time for Blair McConaughey to make his move. He needs to get ahead of Harry Eyre here. Eyre knows that. He moves to defend as they go into Abbey. This is the moment we've been waiting for all race long. What's Blair McConaughey going to do? He won't get the inside line away at Abbey corner. They disappear out of sight for a moment, then up towards the complex at Village and Farm. Harry Eyre hanging on. Tom Willis putting pressure on as well from third place. They start to come through towards the end of the lap now. It's going to be checkered flag, I think, this time through. Of course, they don't need to beat Tom Willis here, but they want to for pride anyway, because Tom not scoring points. Harrier at the inside as they come down into Brooklands. It was McConaughey who was ahead down the straight. They're side by side. They're sliding wide on the exit there. Willis is up the inside. They don't need to worry about him, as we've said. Blair McConaughey back up the inside. He just wants to beat Harrier home. He's got the inside. He's almost on the grass there on the inside of Luffield. It's going to be a win, I think, for Tom Willis, but who's going to be at home for the top point score behind him? Willis only a guest driver. He's going to take the flag in first place. It's McConaughey who gets there by a margin of 0.08 of a second. Tom Willis the winner though by 0.327 of a second, ahead of Blair McConaughey, who takes the top points ahead of Harrier by a couple of hundredths of a second. Fourth place went to Chris Ephraimidis ahead of Fraser Jones. Stuart Bell had that penalty applied and drops to sixth ahead of Stephen Lyle in seventh. Carl Jones is eighth ahead of Tim Steele and Dan Clayfan. 11th for Darrell Cresswell. 12th place went to the 56 of David Morgan. 13th was number 33 Ryan Errol. 14th for Alan Curtis, missing a wing. And 15th place went to the 30 of Roger Gaunt. Cars up to the grid then for the first race of this Sunday at Silverstone, the Bilstein Caterham 7 310R Championship. Number 79, Lewis Thompson, taking pole by virtue of yesterday's race win. Alongside him, the championship leader, number 88, Pete Walters. Second row, 15, David Yates, and 2, Andy Lees. Row 3, number 9, Harry Cook, who qualified on pole yesterday, slipped to 5th. Alongside him, number 25 of Jay McCormack. Looks like everybody's into line. There is the green flag at the back of the grid. The 5-second board is held aloft on the gantry. Then the red lights will come on. When they go out, we will be racing at Silverstone. Lewis Thompson and Pete Walters on the front row. Away they go. We're racing at Silverstone, down towards Copse Corner for the first time. And Pete Walters tucks in behind Lewis Thompson, who will lead the way from pole position into Copse Corner for the opening time. Good start by Lars Alexander Hoffmann, the German in number 70 from further back on the grid. It's a little slippery out there, as you can see, a bit of spray being kicked up from the overnight rain, but it's Lewis Thompson who leads the way in the 79 car. Second place is Pete Walters in 88. David Yates in the blue number 15 is in third as they head through Maggots and Beckett's for the first time. Round the right-hander at Beckett's, then the left flick at Chapel and onto the Hanger straights. He's getting some heat into these tyres. Harry Landy in number 21 has dropped back a bit there, the green and black car. They'll start to fan out as they come down the Hanger straight towards the dauntingly fast Stowe corner. Pete Walters already taking the lead around the outside. They've started to slipstream. Here comes Jay McCormack. He's got away well, going for third place on the inside of David Yates. Harry Cook down to sixth place. Side by side with Andy Murgatroyd. They're all going to make it round Stowe, hopefully, for the first time. Then it's up towards the Club Corner complex. Brakes go on as they head into the complex. That's rather dramatic lighting with the rain clouds overhead. Let's hope they stay away. It is Pete Walters, number 88, who's got the lead ahead of Lewis Thompson. Jay McCormack in third. David Yates under fire for fourth place. I think that's Andy Lees. David Yates runs wide over the curbing there. So does Harry Cook. And spinning off on the outside, that's Giuseppe Felle in the 64 car. He's gone off into the gravel, out of the race. He's not going to get out from there. Everybody else away cleanly into Abbey Corner. There's a bit of damage to Harry Cook's car, I noticed there. One of his rear wings is hanging off, but it's not a Caterham meeting unless you lose a few of those. There you can see it hanging off. That's Harry Cook, number 9, with that little bit of damage. Waiting for them to come up to the Wellington straight. There is the 64 car in the gravel. The yellow flag's out. The marshals will try and dig Giuseppe Felle, 6th in the points, out of the gravel. The Italian-born racer is well and truly out of the race. Leaders down the Wellington straight towards Brooklands. It's Pete Walters, number 88, who has the advantage. Jay McCormack holding third behind yesterday's winner, Lewis Thompson. They swing their way through Luffield for the first time. This double right-hander, quite easy to go off into the gravel on the outside if you're battling hard. Third place is McCormack, fourth Yates, fifth Lees, sixth is Harry Cook with his wing hanging off. It's Andy Murgatroyd, James Wingfield and the rest of them go through. Up the inside, here comes Harry Cook. That's a daring move in wet conditions into Brooklands. Can he get the car stopped? Side by side with McCormack on the exit. And he's pulled it off. Good stuff from Harry Cook, but he's gone wide now into Luffield. Jay McCormack says, I'll try and go back up the inside then. You only have to leave the smallest gap in Caterham racing, and that's what happens. They pull clear of David Yates, though. Here come the leaders over the line. He's still Pete Walters. Has he really led 2 continuous laps? That's unheard of in Caterham racing. Third place is the number 9 of Harry Cook. He's got ahead of Jay McCormack now. Good bit of place swapping between those two. Yates 5th, Lees 6th, then a gap of about just over a second. Here come the leaders. Down the Wellington Straight, holding the inside is Pete Walters. Lewis Thompson will try and outfox him into Luffield. Cook is closing in as well. The gap between those two was 1.5 seconds last time through between Walters and Cook for second and third. How far behind these two is Cook going to be this time? It's not as much as 1.5 seconds, certainly. He's almost caught them there through Luffield, so it's heating up at the front again. Again, Lopez Appleton runs wide coming out of Luffield towards Woodcote. Here come your leaders. And yes, Cook has got it down to points 7.85 off the lead. Now he's done another fastest lap of the race, 2:37.53. As Thompson to the inside at Copse retakes the lead. Fantastic race between these two, and it's soon going to be 3 because here comes Harry Cook. Qualified on pole yesterday, seems to like the more damp conditions. Walters to the inside into Maggots, he retakes the lead. They're so busy swapping places, I don't think they've noticed Harry Cook behind them in the number 9. Swing it through Beckett's. Price, Curtis, Welch, Williams and Metcalf round out the runners in this now 20 car field. We lost Giuseppe Felle, of course. Harry Cook to the inside, he's got second position. Pete Walters has already gone through into the lead. It's all changed down the Wellington Straight. Lewis Thompson for the first time in this race is down to third because Harry Cook is through up into second in the number 9. 4 minutes to go, so we'll get a couple more laps out of this. Coming towards the pit straights. There's the group further back. That's for 10th place. Matt Shepherd ahead of Lars Hoffman. Here come the leaders. They're weaving about. Still quite wet on the pit straight there into Copse. Here's the fight for 4th. McCormack with that wing hanging loose. David Yates likewise. McCormack to the inside. Gets past Andy Lees once again. And Ben Lopez Appleton was a bit sideways there on the inside. And Harry Cook, has he taken the lead? Yes, he has. Into Maggots. Good move, Harry Cook. He leads for the first time. Could Harry Cook pick up a win here in number 9? He's yet to win this year. The lead is with Harry Cook, number 9. He's got back ahead of Lewis Thompson. You've got to you need 3 pairs of eyes to watch this race with these 3 battles taking place. 3 of them for the lead, 6 for 4th and 6 for 10th. Here's Matt Shepherd ahead of Harry Landy and Doug Christie. That's the back half of that 10th place battle now. There they are, Chris Moore ahead of it, ahead of Hoffman, Murgatroyd, then Shepherd, Landy and Christie. This is brilliant stuff. There's Chris Welch further back in the number 68 car. We saw him have an off at Village earlier on. Here come the leaders. Now who's going to be leading into Brooklands? It looks like Harry Cook has got the inside. Lewis Thompson in second. Pete Walters down to third. They're going to be coming through to start their final lap this time of this Bilstein Caterham 310R race. What a sensational start to the day here at Silverstone. Up towards the line. 1 lap to go, just over a minute on the clock. There's that 4th place battle swinging its way through. It's Andy Lees that's gone to the front of that now. Over the line, it was Cook ahead of Thompson, but Thompson trying to go around the outside in the Copse, and he's done it. For the win, it's going to be between these 3. It's going to be interesting what happens into Brooklands for the final time. That will be where it's decided, I think. It's Lewis Thompson now who's got the lead back ahead of Harry Cook. Third is Pete Walters, maybe just waiting to make his move here. He's not waiting for Harry Cook, he's going side by side with him, almost there through Maggots. Into Beckett, it's Harry Cook who's still got second place, taking a bit of curb on the inside there, Lewis Thompson. Pete Walters, I think he's just biding his time, waiting for the best chance to make his move. Now he's going to go for it down the hanger straight and move past Harry Cook on the outside. Lees is 4th, and it's James Wingfield has come through into 5th place. He's made his move at the right time through that battle. It's a bit like the end of a long distance running race. This is, you have to time your finishing move to perfection. That's what's and Harry Cook got a bit sideways there, so Pete Walters up into 2nd. Clock about to count down to 0. Up the inside there, that's Thompson into the club complex. He holds the lead. There's tyres squealing. And a spin there, that's why Harry Landy has spun. He's lost his exhaust silencer. That's hanging off. He drags it with him as he rejoins. Another souvenir for the marshals. Here comes Pete Walters then, ready to unleash his finishing move at hopefully the right time. Through Abbey. Here comes Harry Cook though, fighting back as they come towards the left at Farm Corner, then up to Village. Cook a little bit sideways. He's taking risks now. He's sliding the car about. Andy Lee's in 4th. Then we've got James Wingfield. I think it's McCormack in behind them. Yes, McCormack is 6th. No, it's Lopez Appleton 6th for not much longer. I don't think he's all over the place there at Village. McCormack behind him. Chris Moore heads the next battle. There's Harry Landy, who's got going again after spinning down at Stowe Corner, has lost his exhaust silencer. He's dragging it with him though. Now into Brooklands. This could be the decisive moment. Lewis Thompson on the inside. What's Pete Walters going to do? He's gone to the outside line. He's going to try and cut in on the exit. I don't think he's going to do it. It looks as though Lewis Thompson may have done enough. We may see them finish side by side. They're coming around towards the checkered flag now in this Caterham 7 310R Championship race. Lewis Thompson against Pete Walters for the win. Is it going to be a second win of the weekend for Lewis Thompson? It's between these two. It's going to be Thompson if he makes it through Woodcut okay. Harry Cook behind them here. They come up to the line. Pete Walters tries to move across. They cross the line side by side, and it's Thompson who gets there by 0.072 of a second. A second win of the weekend for Thompson. Cook in 3rd. Lees takes 4th ahead of Wingfield, Lopez, Appleton, Yates, McCormack and Evans as quickly as that. There's the result then. Lewis Thompson the winner, only just ahead of Pete Walters with Harry Cook in 3rd. 0.8 of a second covering those 3. The huge 6-way scrap for 4th place, topped by Andy Lees in the end ahead of James Wingfield. Good run through in the late stages by him. Ben Lopez Appleton 6th ahead of David Yates. Jay McCormack dropping to 8th at the flag ahead of Mike Evans. Up to the grid then, the fastest Caterhams here this weekend. The Avon Tyres Caterham 7 UK Championship, second race of the weekend for them. This will be a 20-minute race. 27, William Smith in pole position, yesterday's winner. The grid based on yesterday's results. Number 10, the almost turquoise coloured car there. Number 10 is Henry Heaton alongside him. Second in the championship, had a couple of wins last time out at Knockhill. Waiting for the red lights to come on, and then we will be underway as soon as they go out with the Avon Tyres Caterham 7 UK Championship. Off they go, and down towards Copse Corner for the first time. William Smith, the pole sitter, makes a good start. Henry Heaton tucks in behind. It's Gordon Sawyer in 3rd place. We've had quite a cloudburst in the hour or so before this race. It's very slippery out there. The rain has abated somewhat now, but it is still very, very tricky indeed out there, so they'll be taking it easy in the first couple of laps. 27, William Smith leads the way into the Maggots and Beckett's complex for the first time. Good start by Graham McDonald up into 4th place behind Gordon Sawyer. Henry Heaton, that beautiful chrome turquoise liveried car, in 2nd place. They're all through the first four or so corners okay. Alex Jordan there side by side with Rob Watts in the 80, the Pink Panther. Solid scrub of Caterham's. Gordon Sawyer going for the outside line into Stowe Corner. Can he get into the lead here? I think William Smith's going to hang on. No, Sawyer late on the brakes. I said they might be taking it easy in the first couple of laps. They're not. Gordon Sawyer with a big lunge around the outside, and I think he's made it stick on the outside there ahead of Graham McDonald, who also took that outside line. Yes, they're up into 1st and 2nd places. William Smith goes down to 3rd, and it's Gordon Sawyer, number 91, 5th in the championship. He's had 2 wins already this year, one at Donington Park, one at Knockhill in Scotland, but he's not been as consistent in his results elsewhere, so he's down in 5th place in the championship. This will move him up the points table if he can win here. William Smith side by side with McDonald for 2nd. Graham McDonald, the boss, holds 2nd place. Then we've got Nuttall, Swan Dixon and Henry Heaton. He's down to 6th. He must have made a bit of a mess of Stowe Corner. You can see how damp it is out there. But Sawyer from McDonald's, they head down the Wellington Straight, side by side for 3rd. Nuttall trying to get through on the inside of William Smith. I think he's done it. Henry Heaton up into 5th. There's Jake Swan-Dixon in 6th. Rob Watts is next in the order, ahead of Chris Aubrey, I think it is, who's come through. Oh, Gordon Sawyer running wide into Luffield there. This could be McDonald's chance to take the lead. They've all made it round the first lap without any major incident. There's Tom Eden at the back, the yellow car, failed to finish yesterday. Battling it out there with the number 78 of Chris Hutchinson, but it is Gordon Sawyer who has the lead as they complete the opening lap. You can see the amount of spray on the pit straight there. Nuttall is up to 3rd, so William Smith, the pole sitter, has gone down into 4th place. Fastest lap of the race has been done by William Smith, 2:35.104. It's still Gordon Sawyer, number 91, who leads. McDonald is now in 2nd place. So they come through the murk there. William Smith is back down into 3rd. It's Nuttall in 4th. Again, Sawyer goes out wide. It seems to be working better for him. He's the only one who can make that outside line work. Smith takes the inside, then it's Nuttall back up into 4th. Swan-Dixon is 5th. James Murphy now up into 6th. He's running well. Less than 7 minutes, so a few to go on the timing, so a few more laps to go yet. Down to Copps. Gap for the lead was just over half a second that time through. There is Nuttall. Back ahead of Jake Swan-Dixon. There's the white car in 5th. Gordon Sawyer snaking about there, under braking through Maggots and Beckett's. Just keeping a cool head here. William Smith in 3rd. Stephen Nuttall in 4th, being closed down again by the 66, Jake Swan-Dixon. Murphy 6th, Heaton 7th, Alex Jordan in the Pink Panther is there. Oh, and a spin there. I think that's Graham McDonald that's gone. Look out, James Murphy. Goodness me, that was close. He's right on the racing line there, coming out of Chapel. That's Graham McDonald, who was 2nd. He must have got a wheel onto the curb on the outside and has spun round. He's getting going again. Somebody else just avoided him there. That was a scary moment coming through Chapel Corner. James Murphy was very lucky not to blitz into the spun car of Graham McDonald. Smith now starting to come under pressure from Stephen Nuttall for 2nd place. Through Brooklands. The gap was 2.96 seconds to Gordon Sawyer last time through. They're starting their last lap this time. So this will be an 8-lap race. See what the gap is over the line this time. Through goes Gordon Sawyer. Here comes William Smith. 3.7 seconds is the gap, so he's gained about 0.8 of a second in the lead that time through. Gordon Sawyer just got to keep a cool head for this last lap. It's going to be a 3rd win of the season for the number 91 car. Stephen Nuttall in 3rd, looking to try and preserve his championship lead. Still weaving about. That's where that car doesn't seem as strong. Through Maggots and Beckett's, Gordon Sawyer. Maybe that's just the wettest part of the track. Still hammering down at Stowe Corner as they come through for the last time. William Smith is not going to be able to attack Gordon Sawyer here because he's starting to have to defend from Stephen Nuttall for 2nd place. These cars do have another race later on, of course. James Murphy is closing on Jake Swan-Dixon. In fact, his last lap was 1.5 seconds quicker than the car ahead of him, so he could take 4th place at the end of the race here. Hasn't caught him just yet. There they are, the white car, the orange and black car, 4th and 5th. Sawyer is pulling away. He's heading for victory. Can William Smith hold 2nd place in his was copper-coloured car? Certainly Gordon Sawyer proving the rainmaster here at Silverstone today. It's going to be a clear win for the number 91 car. The package through. Graham McDonald, incidentally, has climbed back up to 8th place. He's got past Tom Allen and Chris Hutchinson. I don't think he'll catch Alex Jordan, though, he's about 3 seconds up the road. Coming into the final corners then, it's going to be a win for Gordon Sawyer. He's the reign master here at Silverstone today, through Luffield for the last time. He won twice up in Scotland. It's going to be a win here at Silverstone today. The checkered flag is at the ready. Win number 3 of the season for Gordon Sawyer. Punches the air as he crosses the line. William Smith will just hold off Stephen Nuttall by 900ths of a second to take second place. They finish nose to tail. Fourth is Jake Swan-Dixon. He holds off James Murphy. They're in the spray there somewhere. So we'll check the results of that one then. The win goes to Gordon Sawyer by 3.3 seconds in the end, ahead of William Smith, who just beat Stephen Nuttall to the line by 0.09 of a second. Jake Swan-Dixon fourth, ahead of James Murphy, who just avoided that spinning car midway through. Cars on the grid then for the second race of the weekend for the Motul Caterham 7 270R Championship. Two big rivals on the front of the grid over the last couple of years. Tom Willis in number 81 on pole, 34. Blair McConaughey alongside him. Tom, a guest driver, not registered for points. He took the flag in yesterday's race, but Blair McConaughey got the top score. Last couple of cars getting into line at the back of the grid then. He awaits the race to get underway. Revs begin to rise, heart rates begin to rise, and off they go. 25 minutes of racing. Here we go. Tom Willis gets away well, so does Blair McConaughey. We ride with the Scotsman down towards Copse Corner for the first time. Slots into second place, but it's Tom Willis from pole position on the outside of the front row in the lead. Looks like they're all going to make their way through okay. Still a fair bit of spray around out there. It's Willis who leads from McConaughey. Harry Eyre in the 55 in third. Chris Ephraimidis is in fourth position. Fraser Jones challenging him. They come into Maggots and Beckett's for the first time. Tom Willis, number 81, looking for his second race win of the weekend. Harry Eyre having a look up the inside there. Didn't quite get alongside Blair McConaughey. Number 11's made a good getaway. Carl Jones in the black and green car into fifth position. Looks like he's got ahead of his namesake Fraser Jones. Not sure if those two are any relation. Trying to get down the outside is Blair McConaughey for the lead. Harry Eyre goes wide as well, trying to take the wide line into Stowe Corner. It worked earlier on for Gordon Sawyer in the Caterham 7 UK race, and I think it's going to work for Harry Eyre here. He's up the outside out of Stowe. I think he's taken the lead in the 55. Great first lap by Harry Eyre. Third place and fastest lap yesterday. He wants to win this time. Somebody running wide at the back there. Well, didn't see who it was. And the leaders run very wide there. Oh, he's over the gravel. Oh, what a shame for Harry Eyre. Such a great start, and he's blown it there over the grass, over the gravel, and he's down into about 8th place. So Willis and McConaughey will resume their battle at the front of the field there. I think Harry Eyre just outbraked himself there into the club complex. And who's that coming through? Who's that come through into the lead? That's Carl Jones, number 11. Where's he come from? He started 8th on the grid. How's he into the lead there? Well, everybody must have run wide. They must be a bit more damp than they thought it was coming into the club complex there. It's Carl Jones, number 11, who's taken the lead ahead of Blair McConaughey. Willis is third, Bell fourth, Ephraimidis fifth. I think it's Dan Clayfan possibly up into sixth position from 10th on the grid. What a sort out in the opening lap here. Where on earth did Carl Jones come from there? Let's see if he can hang on in front then. He's fifth in the points. He's had a couple of top fives this year. On board with the man chasing him, Blair McConaughey. Through the loop into the left-hander onto the Wellington Straights and down towards Brooklands. Readers arrive at Brooklands this time. McConaughey having a go there. They're side by side. Carl Jones, number 11, holds him off. Stuart Bell having a go at Willis for third position. And in fifth behind them, Chris Ephraimidis. And in sixth place is Dan Clayfan. He's made a great start from 10th up into sixth position. So quite a sort out in the early laps. We'll see where Rob Keogh's up to as well from the back of the grid. Carl Jones, 7 places gained on the first lap. That's a phenomenal opening lap from the number 11, but Blair McConaughey is fighting back, goes for the inside into Copse. Stuart Bell through into second place as they go into the Maggots-Beckett's complex. He's got past Blair McConaughey. Tom Willis trying to do the same thing. Now here he goes up the inside, big rivalry with Blair McConaughey over the last few years, and he's through, up into third. Battle is joined between these two, but this time it's for third place. Stuart Bell driving brilliantly in the pink and yellow 72 car. Stuart Bell is only 10th in the championship. So a win here would really boost his chances. And look at Harry Eyre moving back up as well in the 55. He's back up to 5th. He's got ahead of Stephen Lyle. Round the outside goes Harry Eyre. Be careful not to overshoot Club Corner this time. Talking of overshooting, the leader nearly overshot Stowe Corner there. Running wide, Carl Jones. Here comes Stuart Bell. Now he's gone way wide. He's gone straight on, I think, there at Club. Yeah, he's over the gravel. He's done exactly what Harry Eyre did earlier on, Stuart Bell. That's a great shame, because he was going for the lead there, but he's back down to about 7th place now. Here come your leaders up towards Abbey Curve. Can't take your eyes off this for a split second. Harry Eyre is back up into 2nd place. He's got ahead of Willis now. Lyle 4th, McConaughey's down to 5th, then Ephraimidis. That means Stuart Bell is down to 9th place. Wes Payne's coming through well too. He was taken out of yesterday's race in a collision. He's up to 13th from the back. Keogh is 11th. Where is Rob Keogh? There he is, going past Stuart Bell. So he's into the top 10 now, Rob Keogh. He's going to be in the lead battle in a couple of laps. Rob Keogh is revelling in this out there, the number 9. He's had 3 second places this season, all of them behind Blair McConaughey, and a 3rd in the opening race at Donington. No, a 4th, sorry, in the opening race at Donington. So he wants a win here. Here come the leaders, and it's all change up the front. I think Harry Eyre has gone back to the front in 55. Yes, Carl Jones has been slipstreamed while all that was going on, and Harry Eyre down the Wellington Straight has retaken the lead. And it looks like it's Steve Lyle up into 2nd place in the number 5. Still with the novice cross on the back of his car. Harry Eyre leads, McConaughey on the inside for Brooklands. He'll hold 2nd place. Oh no, he won't, he's gone straight on. Blair McConaughey goes straight on at Brooklands. And through comes Stephen Lyle and the rest of them. Where is McConaughey? Where's he rejoined? I think he's in 4th place. Yes, a mistake there for Blair McConaughey. He's missed his braking point, I think. And now he's run wide again. Leaders head their way into Club for the last time. Oh, and Harry Eyre nearly lost it there. He does seem to have a bit of a problem in that part of the track. That's dropped him back from Tom Willis now. Blair McConaughey defending from Stephen Lyle. So McConaughey back up into 3rd place ahead of Lyle. Bell down to 5th. They're still fighting it out. You can't take your eyes off this battle for a second. Well, it's looking good for Tom Willis. Here comes Lyle back up the inside. Blair McConaughey won't want that because Lyle will be taking points off him, and Bell's trying to as well. They head up towards Farm and then into Village. Tom Willis has escaped. Looks like he's going to take the win. Down the inside, Lyle defends. Bell is through as well. And Blair McConaughey's dropped back a bit, so this will lose him championship points. His main rival, Rob Keogh, is 7th. Rob Keogh is the man who's got the driving standards flag there, and he's been given a 5-second penalty for exceeding track limits. So it's all going wrong for Rob Keogh this weekend. And he's Blair McConaughey's main championship rival. The big gainer here is going to be Harry Eyre in the 55. Look at this into Brooklands for the last time. Stephen Lyle battling it out with Stuart Bell and Blair McConaughey. They're all over each other on the last bend, but it's going to be a 2nd win of the weekend for number 81. Tom Willis, the reigning road sports champion, is once again a winner in the Motul Caterham 270R Championship this weekend. Comes round the final turn, takes the checkered flag. 2nd goes to Harry Eyre. He will get the maximum score in the championship. Who's going to be 3rd? They come up over the line, and it's Stephen Lyle who gets there by 14 thousandths of a second ahead of Stuart Bell. McConaughey 12 thousandths of a second behind the 72 car. Tom Willis taking the win by 1.2 seconds ahead of Harry Eyre, who gets the maximum score for the championship. 3rd place going to Stephen Lyle. And look how close it was ahead of Stuart Bell and Blair McConaughey. And Stuart Bell got the point for the fastest lap as well. Marshall signal the cars up to the grid then. The 3rd and final race of the weekend for the Avon Tyres Caterham 7 UK Championship. The fastest Caterhams here this weekend. The grid based on the results of the race earlier today. So it is number 91, Gordon Sawyer on pole position. 27, yesterday's winner, William Smith, on the outside, on the inside of the front row. Pole position on the outside. Second row, 46, Stephen Nuttall, championship leader coming into this weekend, alongside 66 of Jake Swan-Dixon in the white and blue car. Dry conditions here at Silverstone for this 20-minute race. The green flag is waved at the back of the field. Waiting for the red lights to come on, then we'll get underway with the Caterham 7 UK Championship. The revs rise, and here we go. Down towards the first corner at Copse. Good start by William Smith, good start by Gordon Sawyer. Looks like Smith has got the advantage on the inside as they go into Copse for the first time. There's 77 Rob Watts, was struggling badly in the wet earlier on. Watch for James Murphy, number 3, went well in the wet, starting from the back this time. William Smith has the lead, or does he? Because Gordon Sawyer up the inside into Maggots, takes the lead away in the number 91. Third place is 46. That is Stephen Nuttall. Jake Swan-Dixon is fourth in the 66, and Henry Heaton's made a good start. He's up into fifth place in the number 10. Start to battle it out further back, the 34 car in there. That's Ian Sparshot, yet to get in the points this year until this weekend. 3 wide for the lead as they come down towards Stowe Corner. Stephen Nuttall around the outside is going to take the lead under braking. Look at Henry Heaton up the outside in number 10. Jake Swan-Dixon in there as well. A couple of cars run wide. Tom Eden was one of them. Johnny Jarrett was another. They're all over the place there at Stowe Corner. Down towards Club. Stephen Nuttall's got the inside for the left-hander. He's got the lead. William Smith in second. Gordon Sawyer's been shuffled back to fourth place because Henry Heaton's come through as well. Made a bit of a mess of Stowe Corner there, Gordon Sawyer. Now he'll try his hardest to fight back. Jake Swan-Dixon with the blue cage in there in fifth position. They're all over each other, galloping in a pack at the moment. Spectacular stuff. At the back of the field, the number 88 of Tom Allen. Here they come up towards Village Corner. Stephen Nuttall just ahead of William Smith, who I think will take the lead here going into the loop. He got the inside for the left-hander. Looks like William Smith is going to be our new leader. It could all change, of course, by the time they get to the end of the Wellington Straights. Here they come. Who's it going to be? Is it Smith or is it Nuttall? It looks like Nuttall's going to look at them dodging about. Any one of 6 could lead this into Brooklands. Block up from the number 10. Round the outside goes Graham McDonald. He runs wide. Who's going to come out of this with the lead? It's Nuttall. Heaton up into second. Smith is down to third. And then everybody else is fourth. Jake Swan-Dixon, Alex Jordan up into fifth place. Where's he come from? Well, there's so many changes there. Where's Gordon Sawyer gone? I didn't see him in there at all as they came through. Yeah, there he is. He's in about 6th position. As they cross the line, it's Stephen Nuttall leading from Henry Heaton. Then it's William Smith, Jake Swan-Dixon. Sawyer's down to 6th behind Alex Jordan. So it's an up and down race, literally for time. Look at William Smith up the inside. Where did he come from there? William Smith has gone from 4th to 1st in one move. That's sensational. And now Swan-Dixon up the inside. Jake Swan-Dixon, oh, nearly clips Stephen Nuttall. Oh, this is a cracker, and we're only into the 3rd lap. Jake Swan-Dixon up into 2nd place in the 66 car. Stephen Nuttall is fighting back in 3rd. Henry Heaton's down to 4th. They're going to go 5 wide here. Look at this into Stowe Corner. Gordon Sawyer up the inside. There isn't room for him to get through though. Stephen Nuttall back into the lead. Heaton back round the outside. Smith on the inside. How did they get through there without touching each other? I do not know. Oh my goodness. And this is just the 3rd lap. You'd think it was the last lap of the race, wouldn't you? Here comes William Smith now, fighting back at Club Corner, onto the tail of Stephen Nuttall. Heaton is 3rd, Swan-Dixon 4th, Sawyer 5th, Eden 6th. Here they come. Who's it going to be this time? Look at Gordon Sawyer getting back into the picture as well. The pole sitter in this race. Nuttall round the side. Where did he come from there? He's on the brakes. Is he going to lock up and run wide? No, he saved it. But Henry Heaton just about holds his lead. Smith in behind them. Then Sawyer. 4 of them almost on top of each other for the lead here. Swan-Dixon 5th. Then it's Eden. That must be who that wing belongs to in the gravel at Woodcote. Here they come towards the line. Who's it going to be at the line this time? 4 laps completed. They cross the line as one. Less than a second, covering 6 cars at the front of the field. And behind them, James Murphy is just on the fastest lap, 2:17.224. So it could be 7 or even 8 soon, because Alex Jordan's not far away either. 77 of Rob Watts is up there as well. It is 7 now. Murphy's latched onto the back of this group. Look, the number 3. Henry Heaton now takes the lead from Jake Swan-Dixon up to second. I cannot keep up with this. They're changing places too often even for my eyes to follow them. Here comes James Murphy. Watch for the number 3. How many can he get past here down the Hanger Straight? Jake Swan-Dixon's going to be the latest car, I think, to lead this race. There he goes. Now here comes Stephen Nuttall up the outside. Swan-Dixon led for about 10 feet there. Here comes Heaton up the outside now. It's being pushed by William Smith. This is like NASCAR at Daytona. Stephen Nuttall, let's look at Smith up the inside in the 27. He goes past all of them. Brilliant from Smith. He crossed the line in 4th place. He's just taken 3 cars in one move into Copse Corner, but he could lose the places again. Look at Murphy moving up on the inside now. Henry Heaton takes it. Smith's gone from 4th to 1st and back to 4th again in the space of 2 corners. That's incredible. Swan Dixon is 5th. Murphy in there in 6th. I can't keep up with this. This is one of the best motor races I've ever seen. They've surpassed themselves today, the Caterham Championships have. 3 wide down to Stowe. They're trying to make it 5 wide. Look at William Smith again up the outside. He's so daring on the brakes here. Up the outside, side by side with Stephen Nuttall. Nothing between them for the lead out of Stowe Corner. Down towards Club now. This is epic racing. Down to Club. Smith's got the inside. He's going to take the lead into the left-hander. Oh, wallop! We've got a tangle there, and through the air goes Gordon Sawyer. He hits Henry Heaton. It's all blown up there. What a shame that is. Murphy's got damage. Swan Dixon was involved, and that's completely split up the lead battle. Gordon Sawyer, how is he still going? He flew through the air over the top of the car of Henry Heaton there. So it's Nuttall and Smith. There's a penalty notification come up for number 21, Johnny Jarrett, on the timing screen. We'll confirm that in a moment. I would imagine that's for track limits. Meantime, less than 2 minutes to go now, so it'll be last lap this time. Stephen Nuttall versus William Smith. As the leaders head up towards Woodcote to start their final lap. And Nuttall has actually pulled away a little bit this time through. It was Smith ahead last time through, separated by 0.7 of a second, so has Nuttall pulled out enough of a gap? Gordon Sawyer in what's left of the 91 car, looking on from 3rd. Thankfully, it looks like only bodywork damage for him. Further back in 4th, Jake Swan Dixon's got back ahead of Chris Hutchinson. This will help Hutchinson, who's had a quiet weekend so far. He's 4th in the points, so needs a better score here. First 3 well clear of him though. Jake Swan Dixon back up into 4th. There's the white and blue car leading the train ahead of Hutchinson, McDonald, Fraser and Aubrey. Well, William Smith is not finished yet. He's closed back up on Stephen Nuttall. We could have a race to the flag yet. But such a sad way for that incredible 7 or 8 car battle to end. Bits of debris littering the gravel trap at Club there. You can see, I think that's bits of Gordon Sawyer's car. I hope that all drivers involved there are okay, of course. 5-way battle still going on for 4th, but Stephen Nuttall out front, looking to preserve his championship lead. Great to see William Smith back in the places, though. A win and a second so far. He'll want another win here if he can snatch it from the 46 of Stephen Nuttall. Henry Heaton, I think, is still going further back in the field, so he did rejoin, but he's quite a long way behind. So Henry Heaton, I think, is still running after that tangle. As the leaders head down the Wellington Straight, and William Smith, this is his last opportunity. He's going for the inside, but Stephen Nuttall moves across to take the line for Brooklyn. Smith closes right up on him. Can he get him through Luffield? I don't think he's going to. It's going to be Stephen Nuttall in car number 46, coming in for win number 3 of his season and to keep his championship lead in the Caterham 7 UK Championship, supported by Avon Tyres. Here he comes across the line. Stephen Nuttall is your winner by 0.42 of a second, ahead of William Smith. Gordon Sawyer, the earlier winner in the remains of his car, takes 3rd place, and it's a solid scrub for 4th, covered by less than 0.8 of a second. Okay, here's your result then. Stephen Nuttall, the winner by 0.42 of a second over William Smith, and further back Gordon Sawyer surviving the pile up for 3rd. Jake Swan Dixon heading home, a solid scrub of cars covered by less than a second, 5 of them for 4th place. 5th was Chris Hutchinson, 6th Graham McDonald, Neil Fraser 7th, and Chris Aubrey 8th. Getting ready for the second race of the weekend then, for the Mission Motorsports Caterham 7 Road Sports Championship. Hugo Bush in the grey and red car, Taylor Flanagan in yellow on the front row. This will be a 20-minute race. Revs begin to rise, and off they go. Down towards the first corner at Copse. Who's going to get the whole shot into the first corner? Lancaster in 49 running wide at the back. Looks like it's Taylor O'Flanagan who's got the early lead. See who's leading though as they come up towards Maggots and Beckett's. Number 29 going through there is Andrew Bergbaum, further back in the pack in the orange car. 49 of Steve Lancaster does indeed run wide, and it's Taylor O'Flanagan, but look at Dominic Manchberger up the inside. He's made a great start from the second row and he's into the lead. Bush has run wide going into Maggots there, but he holds third place. It's Manchberger who leads from O'Flanagan in the Carbon Creative car. Third is Hugo Bush, and the rest of them charge through. And before there, Nick Timpson, we heard from him earlier on. Side by side for the lead, and it's O'Flanagan who slipstreams his way into the lead. These are exactly the same as the Caterham 7 UK cars in terms of racing styles. It's how you race a Caterham. As we heard earlier, you have to slipstream each other. Hugo Bush up the outside. He's going to take the lead into Stowe Corner. I think look at Gwyn Jones in the red car on the wide line there as well. He's going to try and cut his way up the inside into the left at the club complex. Mike Hilton, number 70, has had an off further back trying to rejoin. Who's leading into club? It's Hugo Bush from Taylor O'Flanagan. Third place is Tom Cockerill. He's come through the middle there, and Manchberger's relegated to fourth. Gwyn Jones fifth, and Ryan Lovett in sixth position as they came through. Somebody running wide through there. We'll try and identify that in a moment. But here come the leaders. Line astern into Abbey for the first time. Hugo Bush leads the way. Are overlapping all the way down the pack in this way. Notice a lot of these cars with their number plates still in situ. Some of these drivers do drive their cars on the road to the events. Number 23 there, that's Mark Firth. Trying to remember whose car it was. I think it was Tim Steele who we saw out earlier. I happened upon his Caterham parked outside an Indian restaurant near Donington Park once. Certainly took me rather by surprise. Somebody dropping back there. The number 6 car, that is Marcus Eales, has had a problem early on as here come the leaders down the Wellington Straight. Hugo Bush on the inside, Taylor O'Flanagan on the outside. Cockerill tucked in behind there. It's Manchberger, Jones, Lovett. Liking the personalised number plate on Ryan Lovett's car there. As 22 continues to set the pace. Hugo Bush. Fairly steady starts this one. No wild slipstreaming just yet. Only into Stowe Corner that first time around. Look how many of them there are. A very big pack of cars indeed. 26 of them out in this race. Here they come, Hugo Bush, Tom Cockerill up the inside. He's taken Manchberger, trying for second place there into Copse Corner. Number 5 going through, that's Chris Broom. Here they come down the straight. Can Tom Cockerill hang on? Here comes Hugo Bush, charges up the inside. Takes the lead, but he's outbraked himself. He's going to run wide. Cockerill takes the lead back again. Manchberger goes through, O'Flanagan goes through. Yeah, Hugo Bush just too late on the brakes there for Brooklands. You can't afford to run wide there because you will lose places just as he just did there. Behind him, Gwyn Jones. It's 5 for the lead now. Here they come up and over the line. 3 laps completed. Cockerill half a second just under clear of O'Flanagan in second. Bush has crossed the line in third. No, Manchberger's there in second. His transponder was a bit slow there, so he is there in second place. Apologies there. It's an error with his timing transponder. He's attacking for the lead now as they come up towards the complex. Can Manchberger lead for the first time since the first corner? He certainly can. Tom Cockerill goes through into second place ahead of Taylor O'Flanagan in the yellow car. Here they come down towards the left-hander at Brooklands, almost 3 wide for the lead. Hugo Bush, around the outside. Retakes lead up on the curb there. Dominic Manchberger, that could lose him a bit of momentum. Taylor O'Flanagan will attack as they go into Luffield. Thinks better of it, there wasn't room on the inside. Cockerill's back up into fourth, he's got ahead of Gwyn Jones. Then Ryan Lovett hanging on to them in the number 38 car. Adam West's behind. And Toby Boyes from the back of the grid in 99 is up into 8th. He's ahead of the next group. We'll see how close they are as they come through this time. Gwyn Jones has a look on the inside, doesn't make any progress past the 59 car of Tom Cockerill. Well, here they come then. Down to Brooklands Corner. Look at Tom Cockerill to the inside here. He's going to be squeezed by Hugo Bush. There's a bit of a touch there. and Cockerill had to back out of it. Manchberger to the inside now on Bush. He's up the inside. Manchberger takes the lead ahead of Bush. Cockerill, it's O'Flanagan fourth, Jones fifth. Then West ahead of Lovett. Here they come up towards the start-finish line. Now the last lap board is out this time. That must have been my error. So we have got 1 lap to go. 1 minute 40 left on the clock. Here they come. Dominic Manchberger has the lead. Can he hold it for an entire lap? I doubt it. Who knows what's going to happen into Stowe Corner. Here they come, up the inside, Hugo Bush. Well, he's already through. Hugo Bush takes it up. Tom Cockerill in third place. What's going to happen into Stowe? They could try and go 7 wide into Stowe this time. I'm sure they would risk it, but look, Bush and Manchberger have pulled out a little bit of an advantage there as they come through Chapel. Manchberger to the outside, O'Flanagan trying to close up, Cockerill as well. Here comes Jones, is going to try his patented move down the outside. Oh, and Bush squeezes Cockerill onto the grass. Look out as he rejoins. Yes, they've rejoined okay. O'Flanagan's going to get round the outside as a result of that. Jones goes for broke around the outside as well. Manchberger's still got his nose in front. Cockerill, that was a scary moment. He got squeezed towards the grass. I thought he was going to slide back on and T-bone somebody. He's now going to throw it down the outside into the club complex. It's Manchberger who's still got the lead. O'Flanagan alongside him. Cockerill's tucked in on the inside. He'll go for second through the right-hander. Behind them, it's Bush, then Jones, Lovett and West. Any one of these 7 could still win it. Like the closing stages of a horse race more than a car race. They're so close, bunched together. Up towards Abbey. Dominic Manchberger leads. Still yet to win this year. He's had 3 seconds and a third. He desperately wants a win. It'll be his first road sport win, I think, if he does so. Here they come into Village Corner for the last time. O'Flanagan still second. It's Tom Cockerill in third place. What a finish this is going to be. The clock has counted down to 0. They're on their way down towards Brooklands Corner for the last time. I don't know what's going to happen as they will head into the left-hander. Any one of 7 drivers can still win this Michelin Motorsport Caterham Road Sports race. Here they come. Dominic Manchberger has the lead. Trying to go for the inside is Tom Cockerill. Trying to go for the outside is Taylor O'Flanagan. Into Brooklands Corner they come for the final time. It's Manchberger who leads it. Cockerill's there in second place. Up the inside, Hugo Bush is not going to get through. O'Flanagan going for the inside. He's leaning on Tom Cockerill, but it's going to be Dominic Manchberger. He's escaped through Luffield. It's going to be Manchberger in the 25 for his first win of the season. He's had 4 podiums so far. He's coming through to take the victory. There is the checker flag. Dominic Manchberger wins at Silverstone. What a stunning race that was. Manchberger the winner by half a second. And the top 7 cars covered by 1.8 seconds. That is sensational. Manchberger the winner ahead of O'Flanagan, Bush, Cockerill, Jones, Lovett and West. Dominic Manchberger the winner then by 0.562 of a second ahead of Taylor O'Flanagan. Then a solid line of cars behind. It was Hugo Bush third ahead of Tom Cockerill. Gwyn Jones in 5th. Ryan Lovett 6th and Adam West 7th. Then a gap back to Toby Boys, who came through from the back of the grid for 8th. Nick Timpson 9th and Andy Lund completing the top 10. Peter Mott finished 11th ahead of Alex Vincent. Chris Broome was 13th. And Steve Lancaster and the number 98 of James Hall rounding out the top 15.